Well, the dream for Scotland has officially ended. Australia just getting there in the end. It was a little bit of an interesting chase. But you have to give a lot of credit to Scotland, Aaron Finch, for how they actually came here tonight, performed, and really gave Australia a real game of it.
Yeah, they took it up to Australia from the start, and I mean, they'll probably look back on the final 5 overs of their batting innings where they didn't quite get that acceleration that they would have loved, but with bat and with ball, they were fantastic right throughout. It was just a class of Marcus Stoinis towards the end, and he spoke about in his post-match interview that it was a wicket that you needed to assess, and you needed a little bit of time to get into your innings as well. So hence why I think the first 10 overs for Australia weren't as explosive of what they might have been. The wicket looked like it slowed up a little bit, and then they cashed in at the end.
First up, what about that opening partnership? Well, not opening partnership. They lost a wicket,
yep.
but between George Munsey and Brandon McMullen.
Brilliant. They've both showed so much right throughout this tournament. Munsey, the ability to play both sides of the wicket. Yes, very square of the wicket, but still a great skill. And Brandon McMullen, he's a wonderful looking player. He's so aggressive, but he's so classy as well. He played a shot off Glenn Maxwell coming down the wicket inside out over cover, and that is stuff of dreams for a batsman. And he was brilliant. They can hold their head really high right throughout this World Cup. They were outstanding.
Yeah, and Brandon McMullen, I mean, he's such a good bowler as well, but an ankle injury that has kept him from bowling. Have to bring up those dropped catches, 6 dropped catches from Australia. There were some pretty tough ones in there, but
There's some pretty easy ones too.
There were some, I was about to say that, uncharacteristically sloppy, shall we say.
Sloppy, good use of sloppy. I think Australia will be disappointed with how they fielded, no doubt. They were uncharacteristically sloppy. It's something that it can start to become contagious in a tournament. You certainly don't want that going into the Super 8 stages. It's going to be a really difficult group on some wickets that will spin. India will be there, Afghanistan will be there. We'll wait and see tomorrow who the 4th team into the group, into that second group will be. So it's going to be really difficult. And yeah, they'll be disappointed, Australia, with their fielding. Their ground fielding was okay, but their catching was ordinary.
It was indeed. Of course, England will be breathing a sigh of relief.
At 10 overs, do you reckon they were...
I reckon they
10 over mark, they would have been stressing, I reckon.
Well, and all the kerfuffle beforehand about, were Australia going to go slow and do Scotland a favour? And I think there has been a lot of rumbling about that even during this match as it was going on. Is that disrespectful to Scotland, do you think?
Yeah, and to Australia.
Yeah.
Very disrespectful to both teams. It wasn't an absolute belter of a wicket that you just walk out. I mean, Travis Head, he smacks them at the best of times, and the fact that he couldn't get them away, Australia lost. They were 3 down by the 10 over mark, so they couldn't afford to go all guns blazing and risk being 4 or 5 down. So rubbish talk.
Of course, with all of this, Scotland miss out on the Super 8.
Yeah.
A huge thing for them, though, is that not making the Super 8s means that they've got to go back into the whole qualification period all over again for the next T20 World Cup. What do you see as the future for that side?
Oh, there's a huge amount of upside for the Scotland side, and I think for Scotland cricket, I mean, having Australia touring later this year for 3 T20s will be brilliant. They probably don't get as much cricket against the full playing nations as what they would like, so I think that this is a really good step in the right direction, and well done to Cricket Australia for it as well. And to make that happen, I mean, it grows the game in Scotland, it'll grow the game in other associate nations, so yeah, good job.
Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से।
Watch